Unemployment remains relatively stable in Colorado, and some economists are predicting we're going to see an increase this month, an increase in hiring.
Now, that'd be nice. Job seekers are finding that recent experience counts. But how do you get that when you've been out of the workforce, especially if you've been out for a while? Well, corporate recruiter Debbie Schoeneshoefer wrote an article for the current issue of Colorado Parent Magazine about how to make a career comeback, if you will. And she's with us today to share some of that expertise. One of the areas we talk about the people looking for work, sometimes stay-at-home moms, they make a pretty significant part of that group. How do they make themselves competitive in this job market?
Well, first, I suggest that they take a proactive approach to their job search. This can be done by making a list of companies that they would like to work for, instead of simply scrolling through countless job postings online, which can be overwhelming. So they can focus their efforts in networking and in seeking employment within those companies. Secondly, they need to update their professional skill sets. This can be done by going back to school, receiving a certification within their industries. However, it can be done quickly with very little money by seeking out some things that our communities have for all of us, some resources. For instance, the Denver Public Library offers free drop-in technology-based courses that anyone can take. You can brush up on your Microsoft Excel skills, and that gives you a little bit of an arsenal of skill sets, recent skills, as well as a boost of confidence.
Yeah.
You mentioned networking. It's kind of hard to do if you've been out of the routine for a while, out of that game. Any suggestions on how to boost your networking abilities?
Yes. I think stay-at-home moms in particular, stay-at-home parents, can really benefit from talking to other parents, not just about their children, but tell them that they are ready to go back to the workforce. Talk about the companies in which you want to work. Talk about what you're looking for, and you might be surprised about what comes out of the woodwork in terms of good contacts you can make through that.
So don't overlook your circle of friends and associates.
Exactly.
Probably more influence there than you know.
Exactly.
A lot of people use the internet this day and age. Are there good networking tools there?
Oh, yes. LinkedIn in particular is maybe the most powerful professional online networking tool. Headhunters, recruiters, hiring managers are using LinkedIn to seek out candidates and to fill their job positions. So you can seek relationships, or they're called connections, on LinkedIn within the companies on your target list to really get in and focus your job search.
So they're looking at those sites for people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are resumes as important as they used to be, given all the other avenues for making contact with companies?
Resumes are putting your best face forward, of course, a first impression, so they are important. But I think people get very worked up about rewriting or updating a resume. You have to remember, it's just a list of your achievements, of your work history. You need to remember that your job is not going to be your dream job just because of the resume. You can't just land a perfect job because of that. Either you're qualified or you're not for the position. I think one thing that bears mentioning in terms of resume writing is please be honest on your resume. We can call this the Scott Thompson, former Yahoo CEO.
Right, recent headlines, yes.
Yes. Just be honest and don't try to fudge any dates or work history.
And of course, when you're trying to do that, thinking of all the things you're good at, there's a tendency to just keep going on and on. Do you recommend just a one-pager to be brief and right to the point in terms of resume?
I'm not sure that length really matters.
Okay.
I think what you need to do is get some recent experience, maybe through volunteering if you have a huge gap in your resume from stepping out maybe to take care of children or start a family. Get some recent experience. Don't worry about going back to the beginning of your career unless it's pertinent information.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Debbie. Nice to have you here. And if you'd like more tips on re-entering the workforce, you can read the entire article in the May issue of Colorado Parent Magazine online, or you can find it in grocery stores. We'll have the link on our homepage, thedenverchannel.com. So just click on that big red TV button. Give us a little time, though, to make sure it's there.
Everything is on that big red button.